So this is my top 10 list of meditative solitaire games. In my opinion, most solitaire games give you that meditative experience, right? Because, for instance, I practice transcendental meditation, and you have an inner mantra. Most people think that meditation is about emptying your mind completely. I think that's, practically impossible. So in transcendental meditation, you have an inner mantra that you repeat. There's some meditations that you have a mantra that you actually, verbalize. There's all kinds of different meditations. One, you can be staring at the flame of a candle. It's a very focused meditation. Another one is sound meditation, where you begin listening to the furthest possible sound that you can hear, and slowly you start listening to sounds that are closer and closer to you until you're listening to the sound of your own heartbeat. So different kinds of meditation. It was kind of difficult to put this list together because I believe most solitaire games give you a meditative experience, that focused attention, that awareness, that present moment reminder. You're very present most of the time when you're playing solitaire games. But there are some games that give me more of a meditative experience than others. So I created a top 10 list, and I have some honorable mentions too. Okay, so let's get to it, shall we? Let's begin with honorable mentions. I want to start with Cahoots. Cahoots, you have these goal cards, right? You have about 4 cards in your hand. You have 4 cards on the table that are like that, and you have goal cards. Like, for instance, one of these cards, the sum of all cards is 10. So all these cards have to add up to 10 for you to get rid of that goal card. The objective is to get rid of all these goal cards, right? Sometimes, as a solitaire game, you're just not going to be able to win, but it's the journey. The cards are very colorful. It's a neat game. It's a neat game, and I do believe it gives you a meditative experience. Cahoots. By the way, I'm going to be putting links to videos related to all these games here below. So if you want to find out a little more about one of these games, if it blows your hair back, then go below and I'll have the link there. Another honorable mention is Herbaceous. Herbaceous is a gorgeous game, right? I mean, look at that. You got these herbs, you're trying to pot your herbs, and you have different ways that you can pot your herbs here. And it's a neat solitaire experience. So I really do enjoy Herbaceous. It's very beautiful to look at. I mean, look at the art. Look at the art. It's gorgeous. So Herbaceous gets a honorable mention in my list of meditative solitaire games. Catan Dice also gets an honorable mention here because, you got these dice, you roll them. These are resources. You're going to be filling in little roads, connecting these different little cities in Catan Dice. And I find it to be a relaxing and enjoyable experience to play Catan Dice. So it gets an honorable mention. Another honorable mention here is actually 2 games, Onirim and Aerion. These are 2 of my favorite games in the Omniverse series, okay? I still play these. I enjoy Aerion. I enjoy Onirim. They didn't make my top 10 list, but I think both of these, fit the bill here as games that give you a meditative experience. They didn't make my top 10 because, I don't know, it just, maybe it's more of a personal choice. I love these games. I love both of these games. But, when that nightmare card comes up, it kind of gives me a little jolt and stuff. I picked games on my top 10 list that are relaxing, that don't stress me out. And that nightmare card there stresses me out sometimes. So But still, both of those meditative experience, they get an honorable mention here. And I have to toot my own horn. I have a Solitaire puzzle card game 13 and Harvesting 12. This is only 13 cards. You're going to be eliminating cards until you are left with one card. That's how you win, and preferably the card number 13. And in Harvesting 12, you're trying to save your crops, and you got to get rid of all 12 cards. And they're similar games, but I still play these. I play these games. I enjoy playing them, and to me, they're an interesting little pastime. It helps me relax and get my mind off of all the craziness. So let's get to my top 10 list of meditative solitaire games. All right. At number 10. I have 2 games. Is that cheating? Is that okay? At 10, I have 2 games. Seikatsu and Ingenious. Right? This is Reiner Knizia, Ingenious, and Seikatsu here. Now, both of these games are relaxing to me. They give me, a nice meditative experience. Seikatsu is just gorgeous, right? It's got these beautiful bird tiles, and you're playing for points, right? But you put the board out, it's got these pastel colors, the bird tiles are so nice, and it's a relaxing experience. Seikatsu, I really like it. Now they have I don't know if you can get this particular version. I know that they updated Seikatsu, now it's got some animals or something, but this is the edition that I like. And Ingenious, this is a classic, right? I mean, you're trying to connect these colors and stuff. As a solitaire game, it's relaxing, it's fun. I have a travel version of Ingenious that I travel with, because I enjoy it. I play it on the app too. Ingenious now, you can still get, I think, Ingenious, but it's Axio. Right? Axio, Reiner Knizia Axio, and there's a little an app for that, and I play the app. I find it enjoyable. So that's my number 10, both of those games there. At number 9 for my top 10 list of meditative solitaire games is Metro X. I really enjoy this, and this is cool because, again, very relaxing experience, because you can just sit down on the couch, right? You don't even need a table. It comes with these dry erase boards there, and then you just have some cards. You can put them, next to you or on the arm of the chair or something, but you don't even need a table. And you're just going to be taking these cards out, and you're going to be connecting the metro lines there according to the rules. I find Metro X a relaxing experience. A reminder here, these games, I'm going to be putting some links below that you can watch videos on these specific games, because I'm just blowing through them, right? I'm not going into any particular detail in these games, so you can find the links below. But Metro X, number 9 on my top 10 list of meditative solitaire games. Now, at number 8, it's a Uwe Rosenberg game, and it's Second Chance. Second Chance, because you got these cards here. The goal is to you get this pad of paper there, and you got to try to fill the entire area there by placing these little cards that are going to be coming up, and you have to decide which one you're going to use. And you got your little pencil there, your pen, and you're blocking out some of these things according to the shapes that come out. And I find it to be Second Chance to be a very relaxing, very enjoyable game that also gets my mind off of craziness. And it's a meditative experience. It really keeps me present there, and it reduces stress. All right, let's go to the number 7 on my top 10 list of meditative solo games, and that would be Orchard. Orchard is there it is. It's a 9-card solitaire card game. It comes with 18 cards, right? So usually when I play this, I'll play it 4 times, because if you shuffle the 18 cards, you have 9 cards to play Orchard. And then as soon as you're done with that game, you got 9 more. And then I tend to just shuffle again and play 2 more times. So I'll usually play it 4 times. And it's just a gorgeous little game, right? You have these cards that have different trees with different colors, right? Different fruits on them, and you're going to be scoring points by sometimes. It's similar to Sprolopolis in a way, because you can overlap cards, right? And you got these dice that are going to give you points as well. That you put on top of the cards. That's how you keep your points, right? So if you match like 2 plums, right? 2 plums, you put the die up there with the number 3 up. If you manage to put another plum on there, then that switches to a 6, right? And it goes on like that. It's a fun, relaxing solitaire game. Very small footprint on the table. You can play it almost anywhere, and it gets number 7 in my top 10 list of meditative solitaire games. Now at number 6, a really enjoyable game. It's a Mooncake Master. I hope you can still get this. I've recorded a few Mooncake Master videos. I really enjoy this game. I love the pastel colors, you know. Now, basically, you're creating, you got these mooncake quarter tiles, and you're trying to create mooncakes to deliver to fussy customers. So I find it a very relaxing and enjoyable game with these nice pastel colors. Mooncake Master gets number 6. It was very hard to determine where these games will fall on a top 10 list, because in a particular day this could be the meditative game for me, But on my top 10 list right now, this is number 6, Mooncake Master. Very cool. I mean, if it's still around, I would check it out because I enjoy it a lot. Now, number 5 on my list of meditative solitaire games is Gann's Clever. Now, some of you may think, well, this is, maybe this is like stressful or something, it's got a learning curve. Well, I prefer this original here to the 2 sequels that they came out with, right? I love this original. It's, to me, a very relaxing game. You're going to roll these dice, and then you're going to have, you're going to have a sheet of paper. Let me see if I can show it to you here, because I haven't talked about this game on my channel yet. But basically, you're gonna. I put plastic on my sheet, so I created. It doesn't come like this. It's just you get a block of these. But I put plastic there. I laminated it, so it's basically a dry erase paper, right, board. But you're going to roll dice, and you're going to be filling in these little sections, and the different little sections are going to trigger extra points, or like in the yellow section here, I can, if I fill these out, then I get a free orange. So it just I find it very enjoyable, and I find Gann Clever very relaxing. There's an app for it. I do play the app. I do enjoy playing the app for this as well. So this game here gets number 5 on my top 10 list. This is a German. I got this early on, so it's all in German. This gets my. You can get this, I think, Stronghold Games, right? You can still get this. This gets number 5. All right, in my top 10 list of meditative solitaire games. Now at number 4, it's a little game. It's Batty. Batty is essentially the Tower of Hanoi puzzle. So this is more of a puzzle than a game, but basically it's a deck of cards. You're going to have 3 pads, right? An ABC pad, and you're going to have ace through 10. Well, it depends. It depends on the level, right? Because you can play, for instance, if you play level 8 in Batty, it's 135 to 255 moves. So that's rough. I like playing level 5, which is, 20 to 31 moves. But I've played level 7, level 8, level 6. Here's level 6. It's 37 to 63 moves. Basically, you're going to be bouncing these cards around the 3 pads that you have there, and until you can get the all the cards that you like. If you're doing level 6, you're going to have 6 cards. You're going to be bouncing them around. There's a couple of rules about how you do that until you get them all in pad A in descending order. So I find Batty to be some people. I've heard someone tell me that they get frustrated with this game. Richard Turner put this out. You can still get it. Batty, if it doesn't drive you batty, you're nuts. So some people get frustrated with this. Not me. It gets number 4 in my top 10 list of meditative solitaire games because I find this game relaxing. It really keeps me there in the present moment, very aware. So I really enjoy Batty. Therefore, Batty gets number 4 on my list. Now, number 3 on my list is one of my all-time favorite solitaire card games. It's The Game, right? You have 4 piles. I think I've done this a couple of times in this video where I'm holding, I'm very happily talking about something and holding it upside down. But The Game, you have a bunch of cards and you're trying to get rid of all your cards. That's the goal of the game, right? And you have 4 pads, right? You got 2 sections that are in descending order from 100 down, and 2 sections of ascending order from 1 up. And you have to get rid of your cards in these 4 areas. You get 8 cards in the solitaire game. You're holding 8 cards in your hand, and you got to get rid of all your cards. So again, it's a game that I find very relaxing, very enjoyable. It's one of my all-time favorite solitaire card games. I really enjoy The Game. So that gets number 3 on my top 10 list of meditative solitaire games. Now, my top 2 games, let's go to number 2. Number 2, it's Palm Island. I really, really find this a wonderfully relaxing and meditative experience, right? Because you have 17 cards. Let me see if I can show them to you. You have 17 cards. You're going to be playing different, right? You have 1, 2. You're going to be playing a bunch of levels here. But you got these cards in your hand. You got. Let me show you. You got 17. You probably heard of this game before, right? So I'm not going to go through the whole thing. But basically, this is a mini Euro game you play just in the palm of your hand. No table. You don't need a table. You just play it in your hand, right? And you got little resources and stuff. So as you get your resources, you put them like this, and then maybe something else pops up. You can use this fish for a resource. But let's say you got 2 fish, you can keep up to 4 different resources here. So you're going to be using these resources. There's wood, there's stone. You're going to be improving your buildings. You're going to be, you're just going to be trying to get your little Palm Island developed, by using resources. Because some of these resources, some of them are free, like here, some of them are free, but some of them will cost you, right? Like this one here, right? For you to turn this card this way, because the cards they have stuff in the back too. So if you pay, you can flip this and then put it in the back of the card, and the cards are going to be cycling through, right? So next time you see this card, now you got a stone that is actually free, as it's a free resource. But if you want to flip the card over, as you can see there, you pay 2 wood and 1 fish, and you can now flip the card this way. Next time you see it, it'll give you 2 stone. You put it in the back, it'll cycle through. Anyway, Palm Island I find very relaxing, very enjoyable, definitely a meditative experience for me. Number 2 on my top 10 list of meditative solitaire games. Now, friends, the number 1 solitaire meditative game for me is Finished. Finished. this game, I don't know, some people may not like it and stuff. I find it a very meditative experience, right? You have a certain, you're basically organizing files. You got a bunch of cards, and you're trying to, you know, Friedman freeze. You're trying to put the cards are shuffled, but you're trying to put the cards back in order. Okay, so you're basically organizing your files, and you have like 7 turns to do that in. But when I play this game, you know, I will sometimes go beyond the 7 coffee cups. Like, you know, they're little. Here, let me show it to you. They're little coffee cups, right? As you can see here, right? Little coffee cups. You get 7 of them, right? You get 7 of them to. You got basically 7 turns, 8 turns. You get 7 coffee cups, but you actually have 8 cycles through the cards to organize all these cards, right? But the cards have, you know, like this one here. Will if I put a candy there, because you begin with some candy, you pop a candy there. That means you can draw another card, and as you draw the cards out, you get to organize them. I don't know. Look, it's kind of a repetitive game, not in a bad way. I think in a good way. It's definitely a meditative experience for me. Okay, and a lot of times when I don't succeed and I am done with my 7th coffee cup, I continue. Sometimes I get to organize the entire deck in 10 turns, in 11 turns. You know, I just keep going because I enjoy the process of playing this game finished. It's got a tremendous amount of replayability for me. I enjoy playing it. There's an app for this as well that I find very enjoyable too. When I'm on the go, I can play, because you do need a table to play this. Not that it takes a lot of space, but you do need a table. But the app is wonderful as well. So this, friends, is my number one meditative game. Solitaire game, right? Number 1 meditative solitaire game, finished by Friedman Freeze. I really enjoy it, and there you have it. My top 10 list of meditative solitaire games. Maybe you saw something there you didn't know. I got links below to some of these videos, and yeah, go out there, look for a cool solo game. Get it, and you'll see what I'm talking about if you're not used to playing solo games. I love playing solitaire games. I love playing with other people too. I love cooperative games. I love competitive games, war games. I like all kinds of games, you know, all kinds of board games. But I do enjoy solitaire games, and I do find that it gives me a meditative experience playing some of these games. And you just saw my list of honorable mentions. In my top 10 list, you know, number 1, finished, Friedman Freeze. Go get yourself a solitaire game and enjoy.